Good afternoon, family. Been a rough day, but I wanted to let y'all know that, and this is coffee talk, by the way. I stopped at McDonald's. I didn't drink any coffee at home today because my stomach was still queasy and still have a touch of that, whatever it is. So I did eat a hard-boiled egg and some Boost, but I'm sitting out here, I don't know, somewhere in Ohio, around Columbiana. But this is coffee talk, and it's just going to be just rambling about some things that I don't understand, and a lot of people don't understand, but I searched a long time really on this channel about what it should be about and various different things, and changed its name different times, many different times actually, and but I finally got it to where I believe that it's the right thing, because it'll entail everything that goes on in somebody's life. And as y'all know, the name of the channel is Create the Life You Desire. So, but along with that comes many obstacles. I mean, we can know that what we think and what we believe and what we speak will bring things into reality, whether it's good or bad. But there's many obstacles, even if you're, whatever it is, many obstacles. And a lot of people don't understand that actually this channel, I've been trying to incorporate what goes on in my life, as does many other people's lives, and each one's different. We all have obstacles we all have to get through, and there's ways that we want to live our life that mountains come up and statutes and laws and all that kind of stuff comes up, and it makes things hard. Now, like for many of us, we have sicknesses, illnesses, and that we don't plan on when we're young. I mean, a lot of people when they're young, they have illnesses and sicknesses. And even young children have to get through certain things. And it's just, this channel is about everyday life and trying to create the life you desire amongst all the obstacles and stuff. I don't know how I've got through life the way I have, with all my obstacles and with the different things in my life, the different people I married. My nose is itching again. There it goes. Starts again every time. But it had to be the Creator, that, well, I know it was the Creator that got me through everything, but, many times on here I've told y'all how depressed I am and how down I am, and that comes with my nature, I guess. I mean, I've told you many times that I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia back in '95. Well, along with fibromyalgia comes depression. I'm also an empath. I can feel other people's feelings. And hard to distinguish between what's what. I just had knee surgery because my leg needed fixed, my knees needed fixed in order for me to walk. Um, there's many challenges that we all have. So how do we get to the life that we desire? Just by plugging through. For me now, it's different. And here's the thing about a lot of people don't understand, and they'll say, if you tell somebody you're depressed or something like that, they'll say, well, snap out of it. I'm sorry, it's not, you can't snap it. Don't tell people that. For one thing, each person's depression is different than others. Hold on a minute, I gotta close this window. The sun's coming in on me. And I don't know if that's gonna help any. And each person's depression is different. And some people, how they make it through life, they find ways to cope with it. Now, there was a time when I was with my last husband. I had 3 other husbands before that, and all of them were hell. But this particular one, I got so depressed, I couldn't barely function. And I would go to bed while he was at work, but I would have the house cleaned up and me cleaned up by the time he got home. I would force myself to get up and get the work done and get through it, so he didn't suffer because of my inadequacies. And so you just got to find ways to cope. Now, like right now, of course, I've still got pain in my leg, and that pain in my muscles kind of gives me a sick feeling in my leg, but not in my. But then I've got the other queasiness and stuff going on, and then I had to deal with insurance this morning and trying to find an oral surgeon and trying to deal with people on the phone that think that they know everything. Let's put it that way. And so I got through with that. They sent me the information I needed for the oral surgeon. I think they did. I haven't even looked yet. And I thought, well, and here I am standing up against I feel like I'm pushed against the wall right now, because I've got this channel and there's a lot of people out there depending on me to say something wise or just to show up and be happy or whatever the case may be. Well, I could be fake. I could act up a storm and tell you how happy I am, but that's not going to show y'all how to get through stuff and get to be able to create the life you desire. So I'm going to turn my air conditioner on. Just kidding. Hold on a minute. Okay, here it's on. But anyway, I can act up a storm and pretend I'm as happy as the Lord, but like I said, that's not going to show people how to get through to your desires and your dreams and how to have a comfortable life. sometimes we got to go through discomfort to get to the promised land. Remember the Israelites. To get to the land of milk and honey, they had to go through all kinds of crap. And the thing of it is, do it without complaining. I have to say, I complain. I do. I complain. But sometimes the burden of it all is just so strong that it's hard not to complain. But I'm just like a normal person, just like everybody else. There's millions of people out there that are going through basically some of the same things that we all go through. And the whole fact about it is, like today, okay, man, I didn't want to do no video. Why do I want to do a video? Why? Tell myself why. Well, first of all, it's a little bit of extra money. And if by chance someday it does grow big enough that I can make a couple thousand a month, that can really help a person out. That can help me get my little piece of land, a little piece of property with my little teeny house on it that I would like to have, and live a simple life. And yes, I would like to have a relationship, a good relationship, not one that is going to be demanding and depress me. Because like I said, that last marriage I was in, man, I was in a load of depression until I finally got away from it. But and you know, so you got to choose your battles wisely. And if I would rather that I didn't have any battles. And I'm sure everybody, I mean, just knowing what I've known and the people I've met in my lifetime, that the hard struggles they go through, they get down on the ground and it's hard for them to get back up. And maybe they never were up. Maybe they were born into dire poverty and sickness and not being able to do anything of any kind of importance with their life. Somebody said the other day that whether we do anything important in our life, our very existence here is important. Well, that sounds all right, yeah, but I don't believe that the Creator put us here. I mean, if we're going to believe in the Creator, and we were all created to be a family, then I got to believe that we're supposed to have a good life. And those wants and those desires that don't come into our brain for no reason. Now there's the dark side and there's the light side. So if dark thoughts come into your mind, it's not good for you, not good for your body, not good for all over general, then that's what you're going to stay away from. But the light, then you gotta, okay, I would like to live that way, so then you strive to do that. But if it's the other, the dark, then you strive to get away from it. So, but anyway, I know a lot of this ain't making no sense. I'm not getting any cold air. Don't understand why. No, that's heat. something to work the way I want it to. Well, enough of that. Enough of that. That's not working. So, but anyway, just letting you know. But anyway, how I coped with it today was I got up, I got one of my best outfits and put it on, my knee-high boots, and it don't matter whether anybody else sees it or not. It makes me feel confident, it makes me feel strong. That's one of the ways I cope with the depressing thoughts, the depressing feelings, the pain, the other issues that goes on in my body, and I rest. I'll go home and I'll probably maybe sit outside for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, my life is not planned out. I just tell the universe, the Creator, what I'd like to have, and then I try to do my part and go forth with it. But everybody's got to understand that everybody's YouTube channels all represent something. Now, I'm not I don't clickbait, or at least I try not to anyway. And just tell you how it is in my life and how I go about creating the life I desire. So right now I've got some obstacles, pain, a little bit of illness in the body and depression and and stuff. So, but I got to stay focused on what it is that I want, and I never know how it's going to come about. I mean, it's just like the camper I live in. I mean, when I was living in Florida, I was wanting to go tiny, and of course I had to get sick, come back home, and the camper was there. It's a camper, it's not a tiny home, but I've turned it into, as best as I can, a tiny home. Still some things in it that are flawed, and it's not working the way I'd like it to work, but you gotta crawl before you can walk. And Rome wasn't built in a day, but the idea is in here. So, but anyway, I have other issues I'm dealing with, people-wise, and so all of that is going on. So we've all got obstacles, gang. And when you hear people come on, and especially my channel, I'm not even going to incorporate other people's channel. When you come on and listen to me, and you hear me complaining about too many responsibilities, well, yeah, there is too many responsibilities. Now, who causes that? Well, some society does, and some I do. I've got, that's just like my hair, for instance. I like dark hair, but I've got the prettiest silver gray hair. And but it's hard to keep my hair dyed. So what would be the best solution for me? I've got to say to myself, although, Joyce, you like dark hair, but right at this point in time in your life, it's too hard to keep it dyed because you don't have the space, and there's just too much involved in it. So should I go and just, I'm not going to let it grow back out. I'm going to have it done so that the silver is back. So those are the kind of decisions that we've all got to decide what we're willing to do about it. And to get to the desired end results, to the desired destiny that we want. So yes, I come on here and I talk about being depressed and woe is me kind of thing, but That's just to show you there's a whole bunch of people out there that feel that way, and that this is how I get through it. This is how I get to my desired end results. You don't have to follow that. Find your own ways. But it can be done, is what I'm saying. It can be done. So, create the life you desire with your thoughts, your feelings, your belief, and your words. Speak your blessings. Speak what you want. I am healthy. I am well. I am strong. I am living in a big, beautiful home. I am the proud owner of 3 acres with a little creek on it, or with nice shade trees. Be specific when you say, I am the proud owner of. I am. Whatever you say behind the words I am, the universe will bring that, but you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. So, but you gotta remember, because Jesus said, ask anything, and the Father will give it to us. So, and I know that gets really hard when you're sick, and when you can't hardly move, and you have pain in your legs, and you think, oh my God, how am I ever going to do this? We got to find a way to do it, folks. And whatever works for you won't work for me, but whatever works for me won't work for you. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But that's basically what this channel is supposed to be about. Now, once in a while, I'll come on and I'll talk about things that it don't seem prevalent, but it is. Because all those things that I've talked about, one of us or most of us have run across in our lifetimes. And so you just got to know and figure out what it is that you can do about it. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. Don't let your spirit be broken, folks. I'm working hard not to let my spirit be broken. Have your coffee, if you drink coffee, if it's not tea, cocoa, Pepsi, Coke, whatever it is. Sit down, take a big deep breath. And there's breathing exercises. You know how you breathe? It's very important. So, and if you believe you can, or if you believe you can't, you're right. But if you believe you can, then let's move forward with what our desires are. Now, right now, my leg is hurting. The muscle in it is kind of making me ill. But I got to get through this. I'm in the car. I'm driving. I'm safe. But I want to thank y'all for listening, and all the ones that come on here and defend me and love me and care about me, and I hope that all my 2,850 some odd, I hope y'all can learn to love me, because we can all help one another somehow, some way. And the more people that come, the more people that watch, the more money I'll make. That will help me fulfill my dreams. And possibly encourage some of you all to start your own YouTube channel. Or TikTok. Or Facebook. So y'all have a great day.